Hey guys, it's Callus, and I am here with quite a bit of content today. I've been working this whole time, despite this corona nonsense that we're all dealing with, so I do not have the quarantine and the free time as much as a lot of you other guys do. But I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I hope that everybody is staying safe. That should be the first and foremost priority for everybody. And I have finally found a little bit of free time to get you some of these games. Now, granted, at this point, a couple of these are a week or two old. I apologize. Like I said, I've been a busy dude, but I'm going to catch you up with some of the more recent tournament games that yours truly has been playing recently. Some went well, some not so well, but you guys will see that for yourself. And also, at the end, I've got a really nice set between Roro and M-Dragon from the ADV Team Tour on Pokemon Perfect. And, speaking of Pokemon Perfect, final reminder, Pokemon Perfect League, the newly relaunched PPL 2020, is finally here, is finally taking signups. The managers have been decided. Player signups are up. I'll have a link in the description if you guys want to check that out. There's already 80-something signups. It's only been 24 hours. It's going to be a great, great tour, and I hope you guys choose to participate in that. Alright, so this is a tournament match against Gary Oak, who I have never played against before. He's been on the channel a couple of times, but I've never personally played against him. And this is from the group stages of the ADV Team Tour on Pokemon Perfect, which is a best of 3. I'm going to bring you guys the complete set between us, and this is the first game in the best of 3. So we'll switch sides to put yours truly on the bottom, and we are both going to lead with Salamence. I have a mixed Mence, but it is slower than most mixed Mence, so I get out of the way just in case he's also mixed Mence. That turns out to be a good decision, because he goes Dragon Claw, would have been faster, would have killed me, so I have to get out of the way. I'm going to switch it up as well, and interesting that he does not go Brick Break. My team is actually incredibly mixed Mence weak, so that's a mon that I'm immediately worried about. I get my Spiker Spored here, which is not ideal. And here comes Salamence. So this seems like a tough matchup. I've already got a guy asleep. The mixed Mence from him, if it is in fact mixed as opposed to purely special, which I would assume, is very difficult for me. I keep going to Bliss as my switch in, and even then, I mean, it's not like Brick Break bounces off, but that seems to be my best bet. I'm going to call him out here, knowing that a Focus Punch is likely. He clearly has a very offensive team, so Seismic Toss is going to pop him. And we're going to go for Toss again, thinking that he might Focus Punch again. This time I lose the Prediction War, and he goes Frustration for 50%, which is huge. That's got to be a close to max attack Snorlax to be doing that amount of damage. The team that I'm using, by the way, is not mine. This is an older team. It was created and given to me by a gentleman known as Musical Tide, aka Atlas. Rest in peace, does not play anymore, but extremely talented player. He's the best ADV player you've never heard of, and I really wish he had stuck around longer because he is SPL level on his worst day. This guy's really, really good, or at least he was, and I hope he returns one day. But yeah, he built this team in 2016-ish, and it is so good and has just stood the test of time. I've used it in many matches, including tournament matches, and it's been pretty cool. Let's not skip that turn. Fire Blast miss there is crucial. That's going to enable Fortress to wake up and set spikes down. The second time, he's simply going to overpredict. He's going to Brick Break, and I'm going to get a second layer of spikes down, which is that much more aggravating for him. But the crucial thing was the first time, where the Fire Blast would have toasted me, but he missed. So it's going to enable me to get 2 layers of spikes down, which seem to be problematic, because it's really unlikely with the kind of team that he's running that he's not going to have a spinner or, I mean, probably not even a magneton, but that's not relevant at this point. But the spikes are probably there to stay. He does, in fact, have Brick Break, which I figured he would, but I'm going to survive, and I'm going to get him with Ice Beam. So I'm really relieved to see that, because like I said, I think that Mence is just very difficult offensively for me to deal with. He's got a Houndoom, however. That's going to take out my Tyranitar. Aerodactyl comes in for the revenge kill. That seems like a tough poke for him, assuming I can make good predictions. And as it turns out, his team actually has 3 Earthquake weaknesses in Metagross, Tyranitar, and the now dead Houndoom. And it's not like Lax overly loves switching into Earthquake, especially with spikes down either. And same thing, Breloom, even though he resists it, is not exactly the world's bulkiest Pokemon. So with the Ments gone, the Earthquakes are really problematic for him. We get into this late game situation here, 4-3 with my lead, and the Breloom here does have Spore up because my Sleep Absorber, or what was my Sleep Absorber in Fortress, is now gone, which is going to let him sleep something else. I realize that Blissey is not all that exciting here. I let it go. Here's Loom. He would need a crit to kill me with this Mach Punch. I did the calc beforehand. Crit didn't come. There is Earthquake, and now between the Aerodactyl, who is fine staying on Earthquake, and then the Ments for backup if necessary, we'll be able to clean all of this up. And the Aerodactyl, like I said, once the Salamence fell for him, I think the Aerodactyl suddenly became a pretty difficult Pokemon. And as such, cleanup duty goes the way I want it to go, and Game 1 goes my way. Like I said, guys, I have a lot of content coming today. This is just the first game in what will be, I don't know how many videos, 6 or something like that. Quite a few videos, 6 or 7 videos today. So stay looking out. I have Game 2 of this set coming up next.